Welcome back to Mokeith time.
Welcome back.
We're here. It is it's just 2 days after the election and we're excited. I've seen a lot of women walking around the streets. They look like they've been crying, and I can only imagine those are tears of joy for how great America's about to be.
I can totally imagine that.
Right?
Yeah.
I think they're puffy-eyed, and I think they're just so happy.
They're exuding the same glow that women in Afghanistan probably.
I love Afghani women.
Yeah, dude, they're crushing.
So that's good. Things are cool. Mo, I missed you. I know it's been a couple of weeks.
I miss you too, Daddy.
We've had, we're just gonna do the show when we feel like it. That's what we're doing. We're not on a schedule.
We're chilling.
We don't need to meet deadlines. You know what? I've decided, and you've decided.
I've decided
that
what
most shows that are on every week
suck.
They suck. They're
not great.
They're bad because unless you have a producer, actually not even one. If you don't have a team of producers and you're gonna put out a show every week, you are phoning it in.
The amount of people who have scripts written out for podcasts with plot lines and storylines and stuff is just nuts.
Yeah.
And I don't know.
So, but we're not, okay, we're obviously not there, right?
Yeah.
It's just us, and we're going to.
We're in good company because, Kamala Harris also declined to come to our podcast.
She did. I think Kamala would have won that election if she had been on the Mokeith Time show. That's just me.
I think she would have too, She could have come in and been
she maybe blew it a little bit, but, maybe in 4 years.
Yeah,
she was
on
shot
Club Shay Shay. She told me we hung out because I went to Howard.
Yeah, you went to Howard.
I went to Howard.
Okay.
Yeah.
And there was a scheduling conflict.
There was a conflict. Yeah,
couldn't make it to Portland, Maine for the Mokeith Time show.
Yeah, she's not a swing state. Yeah,
it's not very swinging over here.
She's I know I got your neighborhood, Mo.
Nobody cares about Maine when it comes to.
It was pointless for me to vote. I showed up. There were waves of white liberals there. My vote had no impact.
Exactly.
It was only for the exit polls.
Just Kamala Harris shirts as far as the eye could see in Portland, Maine.
Oh my God, dude. I honestly felt bad for people who wanted to vote for Trump in my area. Oh, because you go in there with a Trump t-shirt or something, they're gonna eat you alive.
Yeah, and my neighbor, he had a Trump sign out for the last election 4 years ago, and I don't, whatever, he's like a 70-year-old white guy. What do you expect him to vote for? I mean, come on, that's just he's a big time boomer. So but he's a nice guy, he's friendly in the street, so whatever. But guess what, this time no Trump sign.
Yeah, he was too tired, right? The arthritis.
I think he was just tired of it.
He was just tired physically.
He's I don't know how many more elections. Does it matter? He realized his vote doesn't matter in Maine. You know what vote mattered in Maine? The biggest question on the ballot: change the flag.
I voted to change the flag. How about you?
You did.
Yeah.
I said no way.
Why?
Because I said, why are we changing this flag? It's a flag. It's the Maine flag. Why do we need to switch it up?
Dude, so I did a little write-in for the Maine flag, and what I did was I just scribbled ink on the faces of the two gentlemen on our flag, because that's what I want our flag to represent.
You scribbled ink on there.
Yeah, I want.
What are you saying?
I want them to be Indian.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
that's fair.
Little Kamalas.
Yeah.
Kamalas. Dude, I should have been on our podcast.
She would have probably done really well, I think, on here. Could you see her right there?
Oh, dude, I could. Just comments tell us she would have been great right here.
Maybe now that it's over, she has a little more time in her schedule. Maybe we can get her on and we can talk about maybe getting ready for 2028.
Yeah, or maybe we can get our old friend Biden in here.
Old Joe. You know what? You think he'll outlive Jimmy Carter?
Nah, dude. The Carter?
You've seen that guy lately?
The Carter? How old is Biden?
He's 100. Carter's 100, though.
I know Carter's
He looks like he died 7 years ago. This guy, he's melting.
You know what they say when he goes on flights? He shakes everybody's hand.
I heard he's a man.
he's living to 100, but he's shaking everybody's hands in the flight. Like, that's just proof that the pandemic was a hoax. Open your eyes.
Open them up.
Open your eyes.
Sheeple.
Jesus.
It's fine.
Yeah.
It's going to be fine. The sun's going to shine
Yeah, man.
brightly on the
For
lids.
bros.
Okay.
It was a great day for bros.
Bros had a good... You know what? Let them get a win once in a while. You know what I mean?
Check in on your bro.
Yeah. How are they... You know what? You're going to be getting a lot more Black Rifle coffee.
Ooh, yeah.
You'll be getting,
Mandatory Hucktoyas.
she'll do all right. She's probably... I don't know.
Kill Tony's going to blow up.
He is.
Yeah.
It's funny because last show you were going on and on about how cool Tony was and how you love everything he says. And
No. I said he produces an outstanding comedy show called Kill Tony.
with wonderful jokes, and he never misses the mark.
He is. I love Puerto Rico. I love it. I love Puerto Rico.
You like him.
I like Bad Bunny.
PR.
Fuck with the Bad Bunny.
Yeah, I like Puerto Ricans. Sure.
Na.
But here's the thing: we found out Puerto Ricans actually can take a joke. So
Yeah. I knew that.
turns out, whatever he said, not so bad.
Yeah, they totally didn't care.
No, they don't care. They don't mind. They
I
like a good
genuinely
joke.
would fear for my life if I was Tony in New York.
No,
I would be worried.
You mean they're gonna be high-fiving him? He made that joke with Sam, that roast on Sam J on the Tom Brady roast. Did you catch that?
No. What did he say?
He said,
I know Tom Brady said he's gonna kick his ass if he didn't.
he goes, "Oh hell no, I'm on that pussy" or something.
Oh.
I'm a hell no on that pussy,
Yeah.
and it crushed.
It was a good one.
It did. It crushed in the room anyway at Tom Brady roast.
Yeah. What did you say?
Kind of crude, if you ask me. I wouldn't make.
Does
that
he
kind
have
of
a
joke.
special? Like, I know he's a very smart, talented
Antonio
writer, but
Hinchcliffe?
does Tony Hinchcliffe have a special?
He did have a special. He had a special on Netflix many years ago called One Shot, and it got taken down.
Ooh.
And it's like nowhere to be found anymore. And the whole
woke agenda.
thing, it was, and the whole thing with that special, it's called One Shot because it was shot in one take with one camera.
Really?
Yep. And it's not like when you or I film our stand-up and it's just our cell phone sitting on a tripod in the back of the room.
And it's awful.
There was like a cameraman and he was going in for close-ups and backing up and moving around the room and, One Shot, apparently.
Was it good? Did you watch it?
I remember checking it out, and I don't like Tony.
Favorite comic right now producing stuff? Go.
My favorite comic producing stuff.
Right now, making content, making something.
Like making content, or who makes me laugh?
Putting stuff out there, man.
I mean, just,
making you laugh.
Just Dave Attell, man. Just give me Dave Attell all day. Just give me the...
Is that all time, or is that right now, 2024, producing stuff, making stuff, posting
He
it?
always is funny. He'll always be funny. He's just the best.
He seemed upset. Was he angry at the Kill Tony shows he was doing, or was he...
I don't know. I didn't go to those. I didn't
watch him
or whatever. I don't know what he was doing on Kill Tony. All I know is Kill Tony stinks. But that's one man's opinion. Apparently a lot of people disagree.
I don't think his jokes that he was firing off were great, but you got to give it to him. The guy has history as a wonderful joke writer. But what he said about Puerto Rico is kind of like... my thing was like, who in the Trump campaign... It was kind of like a victory lap for the Trump campaign. They're like, we're going to have Tony Hinchcliffe on. We're going to let him say whatever the fuck he wants.
They approved that joke.
That's how we know we're going to win.
Well,
we don't give a fuck.
You know
we're going to win.
When I heard him do that joke, I was like, honestly... My feeling was that the Trump crowd should have been offended. Not necessarily that he chose that joke, But if you think about it on a deeper level, Tony thought that telling that joke was going to crush. Because in his mind, he's like, oh, if you like Trump, you're definitely going to like jokes that are
horribly racist.
are going to be a little bit racist, you know?
Yeah.
And so I, as a
Trump supporter yourself,
as a guy,
you were offended.
As a guy that wears a MAGA hat in the grocery store every day.
Oh yeah.
When I'm, buying.
As a registered Democrat, I hate it when people tell me I can't have guns.
No, when I'm in the grocery store and I'm wearing my MAGA hat, I'm buying my gun magazines.
Yeah.
All my weekly gun magazines that I still read on magazine. I like to have the paper in my
hand. Yeah. Well, it's nice because you can collect it, pile it up, and you can shoot it.
Oh my God. There's nothing more welcoming than going into a nice bathroom and there's just a pile of gun magazines, and that I'll stay busy in there for decades.
Dude, here's something we haven't caught up on. Guess where I went this summer before we redid the podcast?
Did you go to Vegas?
No, I went to Vegas.
Okay.
I went to Florida as well. I went to Florida.
I went to Mogadishu.
I went to Mogadishu, Somalia.
Didn't tell you. I forgot to mention.
Say what? So you
were
Sulaiman over here. I went to Florida. Florida. For work, and I passed by a place that was just called Guns.
What a lovely name for a place.
It wasn't Rick's Guns Emporium.
No, it was just straight up guns?
It was just guns.
Wow, they should have called it Heaven.
And I just was like, well, okay, I'm here. I'm in Florida.
I'm here, baby. Welcome to it.
It wasn't even like Guns and Pampers. It wasn't like Rick's Guns, and it was Guns.
What a creative name. I mean,
I don't even think it was Guns. I think it might have been Gun.
Gun. Did you go in?
Of course.
Did you really?
Yeah, of course I wanted.
What was in there?
One gun. It was a single pistol. It was actually the gun. It was the gun that was used to kill Abraham Lincoln.
Was it?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Some say there's there's a second gun there for who killed JFK. But,
okay.
Yeah.
So gun. So that's cool. And that's the only takeaway from Florida?
I planned my trip, so I left in exactly 24 hours. I did not want to be in Florida.
Weird. No, I mean, I've never been. My
also, it was in the middle of a week. I had to go to like a Wednesday meeting. So it was like in the middle of the week.
Why are people having to go to other states for meetings in 2024?
Because it builds cohesion.
What do you need to smell each other? You want to smell your coworker?
I did smell my coworkers.
You were like,
I love my coworkers. They listen to this podcast. I love my coworkers. I love smelling all my coworkers consensually.
Well, I don't even know why you had to bring that up, but sure.
I just want to be clear where I stand.
Yeah. Well, that was it for Florida then?
The Florida. Have you ever been to Florida?
I've never been.
Why haven't you been to Florida?
My parents never took me to Disney World. So
here I thought you had the best parents in the world.
They didn't like taking us on trips.
Financially prudent parents.
They did not want to take us anywhere.
You gonna take your baby girl to Disneyland?
If she wants to go, yeah, I'll go.
So she has to say it.
Yeah. That's okay. So this is a problem that I have of like, I'm not good at suggesting things for us to do as a family.
Tell me about that.
Do you want to take some notes down?
Yeah.
No, I'm very uncreative. When it comes to like, ooh, I've got a little afternoon plan for us. No, I'll go. I'll happily open my wallet up and go if somebody else wants to plan it.
Sugar daddy. Okay.
But I do not have any creativity when it comes to like, oh, let's go. Well, let's go take the family to the Children's Museum, and then after that, we'll go get a lunch at a restaurant.
To be fair, is it being creative to say, let's go to Disneyland?
I said world.
World. How creative is that?
It's not, but at least you had to think of it. You actually had to be like, all right, and then you had to buy the tickets and you had to plan. That's the
So
planning.
you're lazy.
I don't want to plan.
It's not a lack of creativity. It's a lack of
it's
follow
Lay's.
through.
I've got Lay's for
I
sure.
got the Lay's. Yeah,
I got a bad case of the Lay's.
lazy sugar daddy.
I don't want to plan it. That's a big reason why Amy and I have never got married, because we don't want to. Seriously. The idea of planning a wedding is so repulsive to us, and we hate it so much that we're just like, let's just not do that. That's like a big reason. It's not because we don't want to commit to each other, because we're pretty committed. But
yeah, you have a baby.
It's just, we have a baby, we got a house.
Yeah.
I mean, we're not married. Whatever. We have all the stuff except the state.
You know, my relationship is
Whatever.
going in your trajectory, but without a baby.
Right.
We own a house.
Yeah.
We got a puppy.
Well, there you go. Yeah, a lot of relationships do that.
So
Getting married stinks.
Can I share something with you?
I mean, anyone who does it, more power to you. I'm not faulting anybody for going and doing that. It's just
why propose?
planning it.
Why'd you
sounds
propose?
like a nightmare.
Why'd you propose?
Why'd I propose?
Yeah, why'd you propose in the first place?
So
Just to
we
be
could
like, she knows.
be like, so you could take things to the next level.
Oh,
Yeah.
the next level. How long were you together when you proposed?
I don't know, 9 years.
So like another 9 years.
It's been a 9. Yeah, we do things in increments of 9 years. So yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens. I don't know if we do it. I mean,
You never have to.
this is what I want to do.
You know, as an accountant though, tax benefits.
I looked into that. I don't know how beneficial it is. I kind of don't think that it's actually that beneficial for me.
You think it's a real thing, the tax benefits?
No, I kind of looked into it. And it doesn't look like it would be super beneficial. Maybe I'm wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Leave no comments in the comments about it, because you won't. But I think my actual ideal situation is to get married at City Hall, sign the paperwork, it's all in the books, and then instead of planning a wedding, skip all the crap, just get your close friends and family, and then rent out a restaurant, and then just have a big party.
It's basically how my friend did it. My friend got us all to go to Vegas, and they got married at a chapel. Only like 12 people were allowed to be in the chapel.
Mm-hmm.
And it was I counted it, 10 minutes. 10-minute ceremony. And
that's what a lot of it is.
then I don't remember what else happened. It was the rest of the night in Vegas. They fed us a really nice meal at a nice restaurant, and it was just chaos from there.
Yeah, well, it is a nightmare to think about. Oh my God, you got to get a bunch of white chairs. You got to rent chairs. That sounds horrible. I don't want to rent a pile of chairs. You got to set that up. I have friends that did that. They rented a bunch of chairs. What's that all about? Then they got the stupid archway or whatever you got to rent with the fake plants on it. What's all that? And then you got to read a bunch of stuff from the heart. Yuck. I don't want to do that in front of people. I'll say that in private.
Yeah, I'm definitely a fan of eloping. I wouldn't have friends at a wedding. I wouldn't want to even do that.
And
like family. Like just like family, and that's it. And like
I'm not yeah, okay.
Mostly because my thing is like, why spend money on other people? I want to spend money on myself. My friend spent, I shouldn't say the number, an ungodly amount of money to feed his
Without
friends.
God.
There was no God. There was no.
When he picked the amount of money, there's no God.
There was no God. It was just the dollar bill, y'all.
Yeah.
And it was so expensive. And I'm like, you spent all that, bro. I could have fed myself. You didn't have to do that. You didn't have to do that.
Don't do it.
And I love you. Great job, Andrew. But like,
I know.
Well, who am I kidding? Great job, Michaela. She's the one that planned it. He's like you. He's the laze. He didn't plan it.
Lazing it up. That's fine. You know what? It sounds like a nightmare. That's just me. I'm not against. If anyone wants to do it, I'm not gonna.
I think the photos are nice. I think everybody in the back of their head, a nice little
Plus
photo.
you gotta get a wedding dress if
You
you're a
all
lady
suited up,
and you don't want to do that. I mean, unless you do, in which case you're probably gonna want to have a wedding. But
Amy doesn't strike me as a dress person.
no, she's not a dress person. She doesn't want. I don't think she wore. One time she had a wedding dress for a Halloween costume. She was like a bloody bride one time. And she had like blood on her face, and I was very fun.
What were you this Halloween?
I was Steve Brule.
Oh.
Wait, this Halloween?
Yeah.
I wasn't anything.
Oh.
I was.
Oh, did you take the little girl out?
Yeah, we went trick or treating.
Nice. Did she like it?
Yeah, she fell 5 times on the ground,
Oh.
holding the big bucket of candy. 5 times she tripped and fell.
Just falling on her success. Right
Yeah,
there.
pretty much.
Was it tough, like pulling out all the razor blades?
No, I made her eat those. I said, "Kid, you're gonna learn the hard way. This is how life is gonna be." But yeah, no, that was fun. And get married if you want to. I'll go to your wedding. I'll get you something nice. I'll be there. I'll support you. But personally, I don't want the judgment from people being like, "I can't believe it. They're not getting married. That's sinful." Like, come on, man. Just let me live my life. And people, they do. I've had some people say like, "Are you guys gonna get married?" But it's like,
how you how you deal with that?
It's not you.
You know how you not deal with that?
You live your life. I live mine.
Just cut them off, man. Just cut them off.
Just cut them off.
Cut them off.
What if they're
Dude, honestly, that's what I've been doing for the past 2 years. If I don't, I just cut you off.
There you go.
Let's not talk again.
That's why we're still talking.
Yeah, just the block button, bro. Just the block button. It's a beautiful thing. Because like when you realize that you don't have to, like I was like trying to make family like happy with my decisions. And at one point I was like, oh, I don't need to talk to these people. Mm-hmm. I was like, block.
Yeah.
They don't exist.
I know. You have
people are fake, dude. People are imaginary. I don't think people exist.
I know.
Yeah.
It's bizarre just meeting new people.
Yeah.
In your older years. You meet new people and it's fun, but you're like, who are you?
It's wild to me when you meet a new person and I have trouble with friendship, like developing friendship. I've known you for years, ever since I started comedy.
Yeah, like 5 years.
And I didn't go to your house until like 3 years in. 4 years in? First time I ever stepped foot in your house was last year.
Yeah, but no one was really going to anyone's houses, though.
Yeah, you're right, most of the time. But like,
we hung out outside of comedy a little bit right before the pandemic started.
What did we do?
We went to Duffy's house.
Oh, we did. You're right. We played that game.
We played Jackbox.
Dude, I want to play some Jack. That's what I missed from the pandemic.
I know, we played a lot of Jackbox.
Make Jackbox great again.
Make it great.
Yeah.
I think it could be fun.
Dude, we'll get the Discord going with the podcast with all of our Mo-Keithers.
Oh, I can't wait. And we can have Discord.
Jackbox. Dude, I have Clue on Steam.
Oh my God. Let's play.
I'm really good at Clue. You saw my Clue skills pre-podcast.
Yeah.
This man, I've never played Magic in my entire life, handed me a deck of his Magic cards. And he said, Mo, look through those cards and tell me which one is the most expensive.
I said, guess which one is the most valuable card. And I said, I'm going to let you pull 3 out of the deck that you think are the most valuable cards. Well, I said, and so he pulled like 10 and he was looking at it and I'm like, it's in there. I'm like, you picked the one that's the most valuable. And I knew it was in there.
I knew it was in there.
He knew. So it's a commander deck. If you don't know, there's 100 cards in there to pick from. So
yeah, they know what commander is.
He got about, for all the Magic the Gathering fans that are watching, he just looked at the cards. He was looking through them. He picked 10 and I'm like, oh my God, he picked the one. I really didn't think, because it's like, if the art's not really eye-catching, but it's an older card. So that's what gave it away. I looked at the
dates. 1993 was one of the cards. And I was like, ooh, this is feeling it. This is feeling it. And the plainer, the more expensive it was.
It was, because he picked the Savannah. It's a dual land from Revised.
You taught me what a dual land is.
I did. And those are worth a few $100 now.
For those of you that don't know Magic, a dual land is similar to bisexuality in a way, the way I understood it.
Something like that.
Yeah.
So I had that card when I was 10. My uncle gave me a lot of cards when I started. Well, a lot, like maybe a few hundred.
Well,
cards.
Your uncle played Magic?
Back in the 90s, yeah. He started in like 94.
Did he meet the guy who made it? I heard the person who made Magic wanted a game that could play between games of D&D.
That's right.
They just wanted something quick.
No, he didn't meet him, but
Was it you that told me that?
I probably did on another podcast, but or maybe off pod. But either way, I saw some kids playing it in school, and I was like, that looks fun. And then my uncle and his friend came to visit my parents' house for a weekend, and they were playing, and I was like, oh, I want to learn how to play that. And they showed me like the basic rules. It's a really complicated game if you don't know how to play it. And as a probably 10-year-old, you really don't know what you're doing. And so it was kind of interesting. And the next time I saw him, he gave me like maybe 300 or 400 cards. And one of the cards he gave me was that Savannah, which was probably worth like maybe $5 or $10 at the time. And
did he ever call you like, give me my card back?
No. Why would he do that? And then
just unks being unks.
He's an unk. Yeah, no. No, I always hung on to it, and yeah, it's just gone up, 30 times what it was worth back in the day.
Yeah, dude, it's kind of cool to be like, that's cool because there's a memory. Like you'll probably never sell that card.
Why would I sell it?
Yeah, it's like
what's the point?
Perfectly sentimental thing. It's
the only reason I can think of selling it is if I was really hard up for cash, or like I felt like it was about to devalue itself. In which case, I don't even know that it would go that much lower where it would even be worth to get rid of it. I just can't, or unless someone really wanted it, I might like sell it to them or something. But I don't think they would just get it from somewhere else.
The concept of value with that stuff always kind of like...
It has sentimental value.
Yeah, sentimental value. Sentimental value is more real than, speculative value. Of like, at that point, people are just... When do people... Like, the value of that thing drops off the minute people stop caring about Magic the Gathering.
Yeah.
Which may or may never happen. But, like...
It's weird. Like, those old lands... they really skyrocketed in price. But yeah, Mo's really good at identifying a valuable Magic card.
Well, I was linking this to my very strong abilities in Clue. I'm a very proficient Clue player.
Yeah. We just did a little Trump weave. So yeah, go ahead.
Trump weave?
Oh, you don't know about the weave?
He has a weave?
No, he calls it...
I knew that hair looked too good.
Well, he calls it the weave when he gets asked a question, and he just like completely dodges it for like 15 minutes and then somehow swings it back around to the question at the end, even though he probably like just didn't have a good answer for it, and then still doesn't when he finishes the question. Like,
what did I weave? What question did you ask me?
Well, you were going to talk about Clue, and then you brought up Magic, and then I went on this crazy tangent about how you were able to pick...
Oh, that was perfect for the conversation. I was going there. I'm happy you went there.
Yeah.
Because we have a nice little sweet moment for the nerds.
But that's the weave. That's the Trump weave. I'm trying to live and be him.
The Trump cat daddy.
Yeah.
The Trump.
So you're excellent at Clue. I loved Clue when I was a kid.
I love Clue.
We should play Clue.
I'm a high-level Clue player.
Are you really?
I'm pretty good at Clue.
I used to play Clue.
That and Jenga.
It's a good family game. And I have Clue, and when my daughter gets old enough to play those kind of games, we're definitely going to play Clue. No doubt.
Dude, gotta play Clue. Clue's classic.
I'm raising a gamer girl. I'm raising a musical girl.
Watch her just rebel and just become a girl.
She's just going to be a girl. She's going to be like, I like makeup. I'm like, all right.
There's nothing wrong with that.
You're a strategy guy, eh?
There's nothing wrong with that.
What are your top games? Clue?
Top games ever that I...
Jackbox?
If we were going by like hours played, or do you mean like ability? Style. Oh yeah. So Jenga count?
Oh, you like?
I'm a mean Jenga player.
You are a mean
Jenga player. I had them steady fingers.
You ever play big Jenga?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Really? I prefer little Jenga because that's competition.
Yeah.
But big Jenga's fun. I don't like big Jenga because the cleanup's a little bit more.
It's bigger
and it hurts. Have you ever had big Jenga fall on you or fall near you?
No, I'd probably die.
Yeah.
I'd be crushed to death.
Oh yeah, it would be like a landslide for you.
Yeah, it'd be really bad.
It'd be like a landslide. But no, I like Jenga. So Jenga would probably be number one. Clue number two. Solid Clue.
Clue's great.
Clue's wonderful. And I can't think of a third game that I would.
There's only two games.
Yeah. Oh, actually, Bananagrams. Bananagrams is up there for me. I love Bananagrams.
You know what I'll say? I don't think I've ever finished a game of Monopoly.
To be honest with you, I don't think I've ever played a game of Monopoly.
And I owned at one point, I think, 3 different Monopoly games.
Why would you invest in 3 different Monopoly
They
games
were
yet
all
never finish it?
All gifts.
Okay. Okay, you
But I
get
played
gifts.
them all.
Hmm?
I had original Monopoly. I had Star Wars Monopoly. And then I had Millennium Monopoly.
Scrabble. Scrabble's fun too.
Yeah, Scrabble. The Millennium Monopoly had see-through Monopoly money. It was like plastic Monopoly money.
Ooh.
That was. I bet you that's worth something now. Probably not.
You still have it? Or did you get rid of it?
It could be at my parents' house.
Mm-mm.
That might be something they wouldn't have thrown out. They like board games.
They're board game people.
Well, they wouldn't throw out a board game.
My buddy Colton's a big board game person.
I used to have board game nights with friends, and I don't know. The pandemic happened, I guess.
Super into Catan.
I couldn't get into it.
You know what's a fun online board game that I got into during the pandemic? So during the pandemic, because I'm relatively introverted, so the first 2 months of the pandemic, I loved it. I'm like, I don't have to cancel on plans.
Oh, yeah.
That was so great. But then obviously the isolation gets to you a little bit because I lived in I was alone. You at least had Amy with you. I was just alone in this apartment in downtown Portland, which everything was shut down. So
Yeah.
so even going outside was kind of nobody wanted to talk to you. So I started going on Discord and I went on random chat rooms and I started getting on the Somali Discord page. And I made all these friends. This community of friends who are my age, who are similar, life as me,
American Somali?
American Somali, Canadian Somali, Norwegian Somali, German Somali. There were dudes in China. There were dudes in Somalia. There were fewer people who are in actual Somalia on the Somali Discord.
Yeah, I think a lot of people pieced out of there.
But the dice, it was cool. So we would play online board games obviously Jackbox, and we played a game called Code Names, which is really fun. If you've never played Code Names,
Oh yeah, I've heard of it.
you have, or you're
That was
Josh.
Jackbox, right?
No. It's a whole website. You just go on Code Names, and it's
That
you're looking
sounds
for an
like
agent.
another Jackbox game, but I'm wrong. Okay.
It was
Yeah.
my favorite game.
Okay.
I play every weekend. There was this one Turkish girl that ended up joining in the chat, and you had to. It was a real wild thing too, because I still talk to these people. They probably watch the show. They're weird community.
What's up, guys?
You can always find community. Yeah.
Always.
What's up, Hara?
Sup, Hara?
Yo, Rose.
Hi, Rose.
Aim.
Aim.
Aim. What gender do you think Aim is?
Guy.
You're right.
You know why I knew?
Why?
Because you were like, guess. And I'm like, well, it's going to be the not obvious one. If you were like, my friend Carolyn, guess what gender?
Yeah, obviously, dude.
Woman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Woman.
I know. See?
Yeah. Oh,
That's
woo
you throw a
man.
curveball.
A
So
man.
I'm glad you're able to connect with your Somali brothers and sisters.
During the pandemic, it was one of my favorite moments during the pandemic. And I remember my intro. I wrote an intro. You had to write an intro to join, and they had to vet your intro before they let you join.
Make sure you weren't one of those
And you
pirates.
had to send. I think I had to send a picture. So I was like, hey, I'm Wally,
Or
and
a prince.
I'm a stand-up comedian,
Yeah.
and I like anime, and they were like, oh, you'll fit in. You'll fit in.
And I have customer service voice.
I have, customer service voice hasn't gone away since Hannaford. Working at the Hanny Daddy. Dude, me and you got them grocery store stories that I think
know,
that's why
we
people
lived
like
it.
their podcast. We lived it.
We're in the grocery store trenches for a long time.
It was, dude. The one time I escaped the trenches was 2020 during the pandemic. I started doing those online deliveries.
Oh, really?
I didn't step foot in a grocery store for 2 years.
Oh,
later.
you get your groceries delivered.
Yeah, from
I thought you meant you were working online
No,
delivery.
no,
I was like,
I was working from
were you
home.
hard up for a
No.
minute?
No, I was working from home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
It
know,
was-
when I used to work at Whole Foods, they would never advertise. There was never any commercials for Whole Foods before probably Amazon took over.
Why would they need a commercial? Because they're kind of the face of douchey. Oh, I forgot Amy Stoller. Yeah.
You
I
never
love
say
Whole
anything
Foods.
bad about Whole Foods
I
on this
love Whole
podcast.
Foods. Whole Foods is the best.
But you know what I noticed? I don't think they put celebrities in their ads at Whole Foods.
I don't think so too.
I
They should.
was thinking about it because, like, I've noticed now it's all about, like, having famous people in your ads. Have you noticed this?
Oh yeah.
Why is that? Why can't you just sell something to people? You gotta have a famous person. You gotta have Shaquille O'Neal doing a dunk to sell a cell phone service.
The reception's good up here.
Yeah,
Reception's very good up here.
he's 7 feet tall. Of course, you get good reception. Am I right?
Shaq, good reception.
Good reception.
Good
Shaq,
reception.
good.
Shaq's a doctor.
But no, I was watching football last weekend and I saw multiple triple celebrity ads.
Triple.
3 celebrities
Back to back.
in one ad.
In one. Okay.
It was like
Wait, what ad?
it was T-Mobile had Kai
Well,
Cenat.
T-Mobile needs that.
Well, that's what I'm saying. How bad is T-Mobile if you need Kai Cenat, Patrick Mahomes, and Shaq to sell your product?
Dude, that's basketball, football, and nothing.
I would be so upset if I was a T-Mobile subscriber and I'm seeing all that money in an ad because I'm like, I don't need this. I need that back to me. I need my money. I want that money to go against my bill. I want to pay less for my phone.
Yeah, or just make T-Mobile great again. You know, make T-Mobile great again.
Yeah.
Make it good.
Or I saw a Carnival Cruise ad that had Emerald in it.
Lagasse?
Lagasse? What other Emerald?
What that? Bam! Oh, it's a bam!
He's like, bam! It had Emerald. It had Guy Fieri.
Oh,
And it had
wait, the guy
Snoop.
Fieri.
and I think it had Snoop Dogg in it.
No way.
And I think Snoop was the only one actually talking in the ad. Guy Fieri
It was just like this.
and Emerald, they didn't even have speaking lines.
Wait, they didn't
Voiceless.
have Emerald go bam?
They didn't. I know.
You need a little bam.
You know why? Maybe they're like, well, every time he says "bam,"
It's a lot more money.
They gets a little more residuals on the commercial or something when it says "bam." So they cut the "bam" out.
I heard somewhere, this is probably fake news, that the least amount of money that like Snoop Dogg will like get out of bed for is like 75 grand or like 750 grand or something nuts. So like a stupidly high number
That
is the amount like to even make him get out of bed.
That sounds probably accurate. I mean,
He has to be a billionaire.
but also like, why is it that you are that rich and you're still working on advertising?
Cocaine. Not cheap.
I just don't understand it.
Infused baby oil.
How much money?
Not cheap.
How much money do you need to have, and how much do you need to be in probably just football viewers' faces? Because that's the only TV that anyone watches, I think.
There's also gambling.
If you're in gambling ads, that's true.
No, like you're addicted to gambling. Like a lot of these guys have huge spending habits. Do you remember who was his name again? Pirates of the Caribbean, Face of Dior, had his bed shit on. Johnny Depp. Johnny Depp.
JD.
It was revealed during his bankruptcy.
Johnny Depp Vance.
He had like was it 50 grand or an obscene amount of money every month just on wine.
Yeah.
He had a huge wine tab every month.
When you're that rich, it's like you end up just spending money because you have it and you don't even know why you are. And guess what? You're still empty. That's all it is. You're still going to be empty even though you have all that money.
Yeah, I feel like I would be very full with more money. I'd be fuller. I will say,
And the more of it you spent, you'd feel more filled up.
Yeah, because I feel like the person you are doesn't go away, you know?
Yeah.
Like, if you're just like, you know, I don't know. You never know. I feel like I've changed with the small amount of money I've made because I used to be like really poor, you know? But, and it's all comedy money. No. But like, I don't know. It doesn't, I don't feel like, how much money do you think it would take for your personality to change? Like, how much money exactly?
Like, oh man, I mean, I guess I don't know, maybe if I made like 5 times as much money as I make right now,
Your personality would change
It
if you
would
make
change.
5 times more.
I think so.
So if you made $5,000 more, okay.
If I made exactly $500 more than I make right now, I'd be a very different man.
You'd be a happy boy.
I'd be something.
I would say there's an amount of money out there that if I was worth $200 million,
Yeah.
$200 million.
Say it again.
$200 million. I'd feel guilty. I'd feel guilty in some ways, like, because I feel like there's a threshold of a certain amount of money that you make over that you had to have hurt somebody in a way.
Oh yeah.
Your business, something, there had to have been something, you hurt somebody along the way to get there.
Yeah, but you're so like, that's the thing with money is it's like, it's probably like drugs. It's probably like heroin, really, when you have a ton of money, because you just tunnel vision. You're just like, oh my God, how am I going to make more of this? Or like, I want to make more. And it's like, what can I do to make more? I'll do anything to make more money and get richer and be able to buy a new car every week and have, you know.
Dude, Ocho's cheap. Ocho's rich and Ocho's cheap. Ocho Cinco.
Yeah, I mean.
He's also crazy.
So is
David Cross.
Warren
cheap.
Buffett.
Warren Buffett isn't cheap. He spends a lot of money.
He's lived in the same house his
homie has a private jet.
Life. I mean, that makes sense. I mean, that makes sense.
And he spends like billions of dollars through his Berkshire Hathaway in acquisitions.
Yeah, but I'm just saying money. He's not buying fancy cars. He's not buying.
Yeah, because he's fulfilling that need elsewhere.
Right, but he's not. He's just sitting on all that wealth.
He's not frugal. He's tistic. You know, it's like he eats at the same McDonald's because of that.
Which everybody knows. But the whole thing is like, he never like was about the fancy watches and all that crap. It's just.
I bet he has them.
It's a chase, man. It's the chase, and I really don't know. I think there's a level of happiness that you get at a certain point, but like anytime you get a raise and you notice a difference, it feels cool, but like it doesn't really. Your life's still the same. It's still gonna be like the same stuff. So I think it's all like, once you're rich and famous, I think that's why a lot of those people are actually sad inside.
I feel like that's just a conspiracy theory they put out there to make normal people feel better about themselves.
Yeah, you're right.
Like, I truly think like you can't be unhappy. Like, or you don't know what happiness is at that point. If you're unhappy at that point, you don't know what unhappiness is. Like, you're so far gone from ever having struggled that you've lost it. You've lost touch of the world. Like, it's a mental health issue at that point. It's not. Come on, man. Like, you have the ability to have. You have the ability to have maximum impact. Like, if you have Warren Buffett money, which he does, he has huge impact. He donates a lot of money. He lives a good life. Like, he donates a lot of money. He lives relatively simply, as you pointed out. He needs a private jet to get around and manage his business, obviously. But he is planning to donate all of his wealth by the time he dies, right? A lot of other people.
By the time he dies, but after he dies.
When he dies, he's going to, all his wealth ain't going to his kids, you know?
Right. Well, he famously denied his daughter a loan for her kitchen.
And daughter sounded a little bit like Like, if your kid walked up to you and said, "Can I have a loan for my kitchen?" What would you say?
I'd say with interest.
I'd say hell no.
Really?
If my kid came to me and
With
said,
interest?
"I need a loan for my car,"
With interest?
you charge family interest.
I would charge.
You charge your baby
Less-
girl interest.
I would charge less interest than they would have to pay at a bank,
So,
and more interest than I
so
would
you're
get.
undercutting the bank.
I would undercut the bank. So I would get less money than the bank would get from her. So she saves money from the bank, and I make more than I would get from the bank.
Do you
for
want to role
loaning
play?
out the money.
Let's role play. You're my daughter.
Are we doing teacher student?
You're my daughter. Let's role play.
All right. Should I go put the makeup on?
Yeah. Go put the wig on. Go put the wig on.
All right.
Ask me.
Hey, Daddy, I was wondering. I've been a good girl. And
Why are you talking to me like that, honey? Why are you talking to me like you?
I don't know. I'm in a mood, and I want to know. I've got a kitchen. It's a dog shit kitchen, and I really like it.
I told you not to buy that house. It's a bad house.
Why do you have to be so black? But
That half white in you coming out, girl. What the fuck was that about?
sorry about that, Dad.
Okay.
You're very black, but what I'm saying is I would love to get a loan from you for a new kitchen. Would you be willing to do that? I'll pay you interest. I'll pay you less than I'd pay the bank, and then you can make more than you get for like a CD per se.
Oh.
Would you be into that?
Okay.
We can get it notarized.
Where's your husband at this?
He passed away.
Passed away.
Yeah,
I'm sorry, that slipped my mind.
He got eaten by sharks.
I can't. I
Twice.
forgot.
The first time he survived. The second time he was just fully.
What was that? Last year? What was it?
It was a year ago.
Oh, okay.
Can you hook me up with this kitch?
I would, but no, it's stupid.
But you're mean, Dad.
You want to upgrade your kitchen.
Yeah.
You want to upgrade your kitchen. Your kids are fatherless. You're using this to divert yourself from dealing with the grief.
Kids gotta eat.
Yeah, the sharks had to eat.
Yeah.
That's why your husband's dead.
Wow. I hope he tastes good.
Yeah, I do too. Now, you want a dumbass kitchen.
I do.
Yeah. So tell me about this. Why does it need to be upgraded?
It just, the range, some of the
Wait, you have a
burners
range?
don't work right. The burners are all
Do
screwy.
any of the burners work right?
No, a couple of them are messed up.
Okay, I'll get you a
Pretty
little
bad.
induction burner. That's what you need? I'll get you a little induction.
Like
Christmas is around the way.
Okay.
I'll get you a little induction burner.
Okay.
Yeah.
What about Kwanzaa?
Kwanzaa? Yeah, Kwanzaa traditionally it's about fruits and, the art of giving to. You know what I'll do, sweetie?
Daddy.
The $40,000 that
Yes.
I'd loan to you,
Yes.
I'm going to give that to the needy.
Really?
Yeah. At
What
an
do I
interest
get?
rate underneath this, just a little around a CD amount.
Really?
Yeah.
You're the coolest dad ever.
Right?
You're gonna make a great dad.
Yeah. Well, hopefully, if I play my cards right, my daughter would never speak to me.
Yeah.
That's the
well,
goal.
we know that.
Yeah.
Or you'd be calling her collect from jail.
Yeah, because I killed her husband secretly.
Why
I
did
put the shark
Why
bait
did
in
you
his
feed him with the
shorts.
sharks, you dick?
I put shark bait in his shorts. Fell
was a
for the
good
old
roleplay.
shark bait.
The old shark role play fell for it again.
He wasn't worth my daughter's
Well-
time. Also, my daughter's going to be gay. I don't think she'll
You
have a
raised her
husband.
gay.
Why did I even ask you a
Wonderful.
husband? Yeah. And maybe that's how she starts her arc into being a stud.
What do you think about those videos where people give homeless people money?
It's performative and dark. Oh, I mean, dude, that's great. It's great that they do that. That's great.
Because you were saying in that role play that that's what you'd like to do.
Yeah. Get the cameras and everything.
You get the cameras ready, dude. What is that?
You'd
What
be there
is
with
that
me.
medium?
Why
What
are you
is this-
pretending you wouldn't be there with me?
But what is this medium that so many people do of like, you just see a hand with money in it, and then it's like, oh, you look hungry. I'm sorry, can I borrow a dollar from you? And he's like, yeah, sure. And then the guy's like, actually, just kidding, here's $10,000. And then the guy buys heroin and dies. That's probably what happens.
Or that guy takes that $10,000,
Yeah.
flips it into
Lends
something
it to a lady
reasonable.
to help build a kitchen because her husband was eaten by sharks.
Yeah, he actually gave that away to my daughter for for a reasonable loan. Yeah, there's a guy called Scumbag Dad. Scumbag Dad?
Scumbag Dad? Scumbag Dad.
Scumbag Dad is a TikTok famous dude. He was on a bunch of different shows. He's very funny. I think he's a comic, but I think he's more so. And he his shtick is that he'll watch those types of videos and then he'll recreate them. But it would be like completely stupid. Like it would be this dumb take on it, kind of mocking this. And he did real podcasts where he would talk about this, and he says he hates that type of video content. It's like it's the lowest form. He says it's the fact that they make so much money off of these videos. So it's like you're using someone who is homeless or in a difficult situation. I hate the idea of someone lording their morality over you.
Oh,
like
yeah.
it's this like, I don't know, man. Like
I was thinking about, because like I thought it would be funny to parody those videos. Like I thought it'd be funny to make like a video where like,
just at an open mic and you willingly laugh at a comics joke.
No, it was gonna be money. I was gonna be like someone would be like, oh my god, like I need to take the bus, and I'll be like, oh my god, let me help you. And I reach my pocket and I give him like 18 cents, and then they just break down crying. They're like, oh my god, this changes everything. And they just like the overreaction to the 18 cents, I think, and they're crying, and then they're losing their mind, and then it's just like there's a montage of how they turn that 18 cents into like Elon Musk.
That's been done.
Okay, never mind, we won't do it then.
Yeah, your idea is
we can move on.
Has been done, but you could do it better.
No, I can't.
Yeah.
It's already perfect.
You could do
It's already been done. It's already perfect.
You know what I do like is the montage part. I don't think has been done. Is the montage part the most important part of that, or is it the handing someone 89 cents?
It's all good. The montage is really what I'd be going for.
The montage would be sick.
Food for thought.
I used to love the show that all these people are parroting, because all of these things are rehashes of old TV shows.
Like, it's all dog crap.
What would you
Everything's.
Do you remember What Would You Do?
Yeah.
Yeah, it comes from What Would You Do?
Everything's redundant. Everything is just repetitive. There's like no creativity anymore. It's not even rewarded. Creativity is not rewarded.
Well, China has the social credit system to keep people in line. America has the possibility of being on a YouTube video or a What Would You Do video. Like that's yeah. I think creativity is rewarded. There are very creative people out there.
It is more often than not rewarded.
Well, creativity executed well is rewarded. It is. Jordan Peele's Get Out.
But I will say that a lot of the time, people don't want to take chances on a creative thing because it's untested.
Who are people? Are they in the room with us now? These people? Who are these people?
It's just me and you, babe.
I think people can be creative and execute on creative ideas if they want to.
Oh, I'm not
but
saying
life is hard.
I'm not saying they can't and they shouldn't. I'm saying that it sucks how in order for someone on social media to like get views, the easiest way is to just hop on a trend that everybody else is doing, and it's like
there's an easier way.
Have tits.
Oh yeah, have great tits, but not everyone can be gifted with great tits. But you can just pay for promotion. You can just pay for the promotion if you want.
Yeah.
I've never done it because
really?
I have integrity, but you could just...
You look me in the eye and you say you've never done that? And
I've never done that.
All right.
I mean it.
Okay.
because I'm cheap. I spend my money on food.
I almost spent money to promote my band's album.
Like Google ads.
Facebook. I was gonna promote like a reel with the music. And
I would
stuff.
only do ads like that if it was for like a comedy show or something that I'd get money back from, because Facebook ads aren't that expensive.
Well, that's what I almost did. I was like, oh, I'll probably make this money back when we sell some albums. But then I was like thinking about it, I was like, dude, no one's buying albums. They don't care about supporting art on Facebook reels. They're not like, oh, I'm going to go follow this reel to this website where I buy the album. Even though it's on Spotify, they're not like, oh, I can buy the album, support that artist directly. No, I'll just listen to it for free on Spotify. Dude, my band's album, I was looking, we got 6,000 streams.
Nice. That's more than last week. Can you say it was 2,500?
Yeah, well...
Last we spoke, or 2 weeks ago?
Yeah, well, it's up to like 6,000 streams on Spotify in terms of song plays.
Object.
But...
They sing about space.
You know how much money that made us?
Let me crunch the numbers real quick. What place?
Spotify.
6,000 views. $20.
Two.
Okay. It was off by a digit. Off by a decibel. I'm just gonna move the dot.
Yeah, move the dot. You're off 10 times. It's 10 times less.
Yeah.
It's sad, man. $6,000. $2. That's not even the price of buying that album. That's not even what we make on selling one copy. How lame is that?
It's lame.
That's why Spotify sucks.
But is that why you made it? Because the way to promote your music right now is to upload your music into TikTok or Instagram Reels and have it like a selectable song and make videos about it.
Yeah.
And that's how a lot of bands grow. There's this one lady, to promote her band, she made these series of spooky videos with her band's music, and then ended up just totally doing the videos because that's what got her more attention than. But I don't know, is attention seeking really, like, you know, me and you are here hanging out, talking, doing a podcast.
I just want your attention, babe.
I don't really care. I don't think this is isn't impacting my bank account. And that's $2 more than you ever had.
But to me, it's not about what I didn't get. It's about what Spotify gets from its listeners.
Yeah.
And how they are just ruining art.
I wonder how much ad revenue 6,000 plays generate.
I told you.
Oh. How much? Because they gave you $2.
Yeah.
They had to have made more than $2.
Yeah. Well, because this is how I put it into perspective. I asked my friend, I said, how many songs do you listen to a month on Spotify? How many songs are you listening to? Let's say you listen to 3 albums worth of songs a day, which seems like a lot. So that's, let's say 40 songs a day, which seems like probably a lot, times 30 days in a month. That's 1,200 songs. Right?
Are you looking for mathematical confirmation?
I was, well, you looked like I was really wrong. I was like, am I wrong on that?
No, I was disassociating.
Yeah, okay, so it's 1,200 songs a month. They pay 10 or $11 a month to listen to 1,200 songs. I'm making $2 for 5 times that. So 5 subscriptions worth of songs in a month. So they essentially have made $50 off of what they paid me $2.
Yeah, rock and roll's dead. Right? It's just dead.
No, it's not about rock and roll. It's about they paid. That's just what they paid. $2 for 50. They made 50. I made 2. That's stupid.
Oh yeah.
That is just stupid.
Versus
ratio.
back in the
That's
day
not
when
fair.
record companies owned everything, right? And they were the problem back then.
I mean,
People were like, I had to get on radio. I had to do all this stuff to.
and look, the difference between $2 and $25 is $23, which is nothing. So I'm not really that upset that I didn't make, half of what they made. Like I just think it's lame that they make, 25 times more than I do.
Well, they have the platform. They have all the costs, right? I hate Spotify. I don't use Spotify. I use YouTube
I have the cost
Music.
of recording, and I didn't even pay a lot. I'm talking. What about these big artists that pay a ton of money to record, and they're making nothing on their stuff, and that's how they're making their living? It's just a hobby for me. I'm not doing it for money.
Well, I bet they'd negotiate better rates than you. I bet when you're big enough, like you bring in 6,000 views, but if I come in and I bring in 1 billion views, I bet I can go to you and say, hey, you can't have my music unless we adjust these ratios.
Yeah, that's how it should go. But
And
I
then they
still
have
think
representation.
they're getting ripped off. Bands are screwed right now. Bands are not able to tour anymore because the costs are too high to put on a good show.
Yeah, it does
You have
cost a
to-
lot, right?
You have to pay so many people to put on a good show. And stand-up comedy, they're raking it in.
Yeah, it's the low cost to produce.
It's so cheap to produce a stand-up show, and the tickets are the same. It's criminal.
In this room, there's enough
stand-up
equipment
comedy
to produce. You have 4 or 5 mics, right?
I've got 3.
There's enough to produce like 4 or 5 comedy shows in this one room, or more,
Yeah. I mean, I'm just one guy.
at the same time.
Just one guy and having a dream.
Yeah.
But yeah, listen to Objet. Subscribe to Mo Keith Time.
Love you a long time.
Love you long time. Kiss, kiss. And
I'll send you a bill, Keith, for this.
send me a bill. Send me $2.
So what's the name of your album?
It's called Objet.
The album's called Object.
It's a
Object by
self-titled-
Object.
Yeah, it's our self-titled album.
Listen to Object. I saw Keith live with Object.
And how was the show?
It was great.
Did we rock?
You rocked. You guys brought the audience. I remember half the audience left when you guys were done.
Yeah, I mean, we certainly don't like that kind of behavior.
Are you policing your crowd right now?
No, it's just like impolite
It is.
to go to a show,
Twas late though.
watch a band, and then leave after that band. It just, because they don't think about it. They're just like, I gotta go. But like, when enough people gotta go and there's still one more band to play, that band ends up playing for way less people, and it makes that band feel bad.
Yeah, but
Because-
twas late. I think you're the producer of that show was a little that idea to produce that show the way they did.
It was only
The
3
amount of time.
bands, and they
Yeah.
only played for like an hour each.
I don't
the
think the
most.
headliner went up until like 10:30.
Probably 10.
And the
So it's
audience
probably
was
like
older.
8, 9, 10 was probably when the bands went on.
And the audience was older.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I think a show like that should have wrapped up by like 10:30.
So maybe start shows at 7.
No, cut one of the bands. Have an opener and then have a closure.
Have a 2-band show.
Yeah.
That's
Why do you need
actually-
a third band?
You know what? I think you're onto something.
What does the third band do for you?
Well,
And this,
In
I'm
an
not
ide-
talking about the specific show because I will say I did like all the bands.
yeah, they were all
great.
Every band sounded good.
I actually particularly enjoyed Object. I was actually surprised how good your band was, but I really liked the first band.
Surprise! That's a backhanded compliment if I've ever heard one.
I was surprised. Yeah. I liked your band a lot.
You know who else liked my band?
My girlfriend. She loved your band. She'd love to go to another show. She still has the posters, and I still have my stickers. I Put my stickers everywhere.
Put them everywhere.
We bought merch. We were good audience members.
Gonna
You
get
buy
an
merch.
Object tattoo. But yeah, we will have, whenever we play again, which we were supposed to play another show and that got canceled, Portland House of Music and Entertainment, you are on notice. You guys suck. You guys suck. You cancel a lot of shows and you piss off the local artists, and maybe you guys got to do a better job promoting, because you have a lot of followers on your page. I don't know why you're not getting more people at your shows, but maybe there's a reason, because people buy tickets and then the show gets canceled, so it doesn't really bring confidence, and you should be ashamed of yourselves.
Yeah, fuck you.
Anything funny we can say to end the show?
No, I
Nope,
can't.
that's going to do it.
You know,
All right.
all I can say is,
Oh my God, what are you doing?
oh my God, dude, it's so late. Yeah.
All you can say is it's so late.
Yeah. Shut up and go make another movie. Quentin Tarantino.
There it is. Quentin Tarantino, we love you. Be our guest.
I'll suck your toes.
Be a guest on our show.
I'll suck your toes if
This
you're a
has
guest
been
on
More
our
Keith
show.
Time.